Hey guys, it's Brie and today I'm back with another video. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I'll be doing another recap of Bobby I Love You Purrr the reunion. So this is part 2. I also did a part 1. If you guys did not see that yet, go check it out. Let's get into this video. So it starts off where it left off with Island Boy and Bobby arguing. They're face to face, they're very close, and then they're still arguing as the reunion goes on. Island Boy tries to kiss Bobby. He's saying he still loves Bobby the same. Bobby is still yelling, calling Island Boy names. Bobby then goes to say that Island Boy called him Botch Bobby. They continue to argue. Then Island Boy goes behind stage to change. Bobby is now fussing with the cast, telling him to stop talking to him like he's crazy. Then he starts arguing with Dean. Then Jason tries to calm him down. Island Boy then comes back on stage. Bobby is very much still salty. So now that they're all chilled and calmed down, they begin to play the clip / recap of the show. And after they play a clip of the show, Jason decides to bring out Dimitri. But Dimitri just began to cry, saying like he doesn't want anybody to jump him and blah 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 blah. Bobby tries to get him on stage, but he continues to weep and cry like a little bitch. I'm starting not to like him because he started to do too much. He's trying to play the victim when you know you did as wrong. Then Gohard began to say like, I don't need anybody to get me on stage, like I can get myself, basically, talking about Dimitri. And as Jason was trying to bring Dimitri on stage, he began to fuss with Gohard, saying if it was me or you, Zeus would pick me, and da 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 da. He ended up saying fuck Bobby in the midst of that. Then Bobby gets up, he starts arguing with Jason. I really don't know why he fucked with Bobby. Bobby was real calm after he done flipped out on everybody. When Bobby walked off stage, so did Claudia. Then Jason goes behind Bobby, trying to calm him down, saying he's sorry. So he ends up in Bobby's trailer. Meanwhile, the cast is just talking and Crouton is doing like the worm or whatever the fuck he was doing. Bobby and Jason gets back on stage. Jason tells the cast he loves Bobby and he didn't mean to say fuck him. He was directing that to somebody else. After Jason and Bobby tried to talk to Dimitri, Bobby was able to get Dimitri on stage. And he let Dimitri sit next to him to make sure nobody fights him or nobody jump him. Claudia also comes back on stage. Jason finally gets to start asking questions. Now we're getting to the reunion part. Thank you, Jesus. So he goes to ask Souls how it was on the show. He said he wished he could have stayed longer. Jason then asked Savage the same question. Savage thanks Bobby for the opportunity, and he also said it was great being on the show. Claudia then asked Big Bird the same question. He then said it was really good. Then Hercules was asked how he felt about everything that was going on at the reunion. He said they need to stop drinking, first of all. Then he said we're all men and they need to act like it. And then he was asked about cheating on his girlfriend. He said since the show, he's been through a breakup and a makeup, and as of now, he's officially single. And he also said he was single on the show as well. And then we moved to Miss Mama's. She was then asked how she was. She said she was in a better headspace. And she goes to thank Bobby for the platform. He then get asked if he was on a show for Bobby Love. Because as you guys know from part 1, supposedly he slept with Rerun. Miss Mama said she actually was looking for love. She's been single for 3 years. But Bobby didn't really believe him. Then Bobby goes to ask Miss Mama, are we good? Miss Mama said no. And honestly, Bobby was being very, very rude because he wasn't allowing Miss Mama to speak. Miss Mama said he felt like he was cut too soon and couldn't show his personality. Bobby then goes to say it was a competition. Miss Mama's was then asked when she left the show, was she emotional about the platform or was she emotional about Bobby? She then goes to say at the moment she was emotional about Bobby. Bobby then goes to apologize to Miss Mama's, saying if he ever made him feel some type of way, he apologized. There was a time where he was in the bar with Bobby and he was just showing his actual personality, and I guess Bobby was just like, calm down, it's not that serious. And Bobby and Miss Mama's began to have a conversation about their differences, the situation I just explained. Bobby then apologizes again. Then we move on to Dimitri being asked what he's been doing since the show. He says he's just been traveling. He was then asked why so many people have problems with him. He said once he drinks, he gets out of hand and verbally he can get, disrespectful. Then Gohard goes to butt in and say the first time that they met, Dimitri verbally attacked him. And then they played the clip of Gohard and Dimitri's fight. So Claudia goes to ask what really happened. Colgate then said Dimitri was kind of talking about how much people make and also what kind of shoes they wear and where they get their shoes from. And also downgrading others. Gohard then goes to say all he had to do was apologize or just show that he felt sorry about the situation. Bobby then goes to say y'all are too busy trying to build a brotherhood. And Gohard also said he feels as Dimitri never even felt sorry about anything. Colgate was then asked if he thinks Dimitri knew why they were upset. He says at the moment no, but after he had some time to dwell on it and think about it, yes. Dimitri was then asked if he feels he should apologize for anything as of now. He said he takes responsibility of throwing the orange juice on Colgate when they first met, and that's why Colgate snuck Dimitri in the middle of Go Hard's and Dimitri fight. So Dimitri apologized for that little situation. Not everything else, but he apologized for the orange juice. Dimitri was then asked when did he realize no one liked him. He said once he drank too much wine. He then said he didn't want to come off as disrespectful or verbally abusive. He's actually a funny person. Claudia then goes to say they all just grew up differently. Dimitri is just way more uppity person and just a hype person. They then bring up Dimitri sneaking Colgate. They played a clip and then Dimitri and Colgate hug it out, saying that they don't have any beef. So I actually feel like this reunion is finally getting somewhere. This is probably Zeus's only reunion that got to an apology and a settlement of differences. Like, Zeus, y'all did y'all thing with this one. I applaud y'all for that one. So now we move on to Hot Wheels. He was asked why he's always so mad. He basically said he gets messed over while being in a wheelchair. Bobby then says people need to respect he's in a wheelchair, and Bobby also said he's the only person he's close to outside of the show. They began to speak on the situation with Rolling Ray spitting on Hot Wheels. They showed the clip and then Ray says he spit on him because he was picking with Dimitri. And Bobby says the same thing, saying Hot Wheels was wrong and he was drunk and da 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 da. I do not care if he was drunk, if he was on cocaine, if he was doing anything. I don't care. If you spit on someone, you are dead as wrong. You do not spit on nobody, especially when nobody he didn't touch you. He didn't talk, he didn't do you anything for you to be spitting on him. Rolling Ray was flat out wrong. And I really don't like that they blaming Hot Wheels for this situation. Like, y'all are just normalizing Rolling Ray spitting on someone because, oh, he was drunk and he was bullying somebody. He really wasn't bullying nobody, if we're going to be honest. Jason then goes to say he thinks Hot Wheels has an alcohol problem. He also believes that Hot Wheels is just angry because he was shot and put in a wheelchair and he's taking it out on everyone else. Mind you, I do think he's right about the alcohol problem and him being shot and blaming it on everybody else. I do believe that, but it's a certain way you say shit like that. You don't just, oh yeah, bitch, you mad because you got shot and put in a wheelchair. You don't say it like that. If y'all would have heard it, it's the way he said it. He said it very aggressively, and I did not like it. And he also said he just came on the show feeling less than everyone else because he was put in a wheelchair. If you know he feels like that, why not just prove to him that he's not less than everyone else? Instead of bullying him, I actually felt sorry for him. I understand he's always mad. He has a fucking attitude problem. He really does. But y'all have to realize this man has been walking his whole life. And now, not even a year ago, he's been put in a fucking wheelchair. Y'all don't know how that feel. Why? Because y'all using y'all legs every day. Y'all don't know how somebody else is feeling. Y'all cannot just say shit like that. In the middle of that conversation, Jason mentions the handler saying, you brought a hoe in the house. And then they skip back to speaking about the situation with Rolling Ray spitting on him. And y'all, they weren't getting the fucking principle of the situation. You do not spit on no fucking body who didn't spit on you. Because where I come from, that shit'll get you beat the fuck up. Or even killed. You don't do that shit. So now they move on to talk about the big fight that happened in the house. If y'all watch Bobby I Love You Purr, the full season, then I'm pretty sure you guys remember that fight. Jason then asks Colgate why he feel like everyone treats Hot Wheels more different than they treat Dimitri. Colgate then say once someone detaches themselves emotionally from Hot Wheels, he begins to attack them. Then we get back to the situation with Rolling Ray spitting on fucking Hot Wheels. I'm not even gonna base my opinions on this shit no more. So Rolling Ray begins to get fake emotional with this one tear that just sat there for like 15 fucking minutes to 30 hours. They continue to speak about that situation. Then Jason brings up Hot Wheels bringing the handler into the house, and after he brought that up, he asked the handler to come on stage. Hot Wheels leaves the stage and goes behind set, and Jason follows behind him. So while they're behind the stage, Claudia asks the handler about him sleeping with everyone in the house. He says he only slept with one person as an island boy. And Dean begins to say very aggressively that basically he's lying. He was given savage head in Dean's bed. And Bobby is arguing with Dean saying it's not true. He has proof and blah 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 blah. So Jason and Wills come back on stage. And Be So Famous brings out the binder of receipts. While Be So Famous bringing out the binder of receipts, they begin to show pictures of the handler and Island Boy. Then Jason goes to ask the handler how they even got the opportunity to catch feelings for one another. The handler goes to say he was only on the show to help Hot Wheels out. He says he didn't come on the show for Bobby or to steal any of Bobby's boys. He also goes to say one day he was at the pool with everyone and Island Boy basically was just flirting with him. Island Boy then butts in and say it's 2 against 1. What he was saying was, you know, they're lying. Then Bobby tries to say something, but Island Boy was very heated. He said shut the fuck up. And then they basically just started arguing. So Bobby and Island Boy continue to argue. Island Boy allows Bobby to slap him with no retaliation. And then Hot Wheels and the handler begin to argue. Then Ding steps in for Hot Wheels and punched the shit out of the handler. And then it pretty much ends there, you guys. So that's the end of this video, you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with part 3. See you soon.